All right, we're looking at some amazing cars from the Radwood show at the Greenwich Concours last year, which was held in October of 2021. We've got an Acura NSX. We've got a couple of these here. So Radwood is a celebration of the cars from the 80s and 90s. Basically everything that's rad was rad about that time period. So we've got a couple of NSXs parked here. Wheels, I don't remember an NSX coming with white wheels. Did they ever come with white wheels? Comment below if you know. And we've got what looks like a 964 and a Mercedes S-Class. The Cup 1 wheels. It's a manual. What a great body design. Carrera 4. 300 SE. Built like a tank. Those Benzes from the 80s, they're really built like tanks. Another 911 964. This one looks pretty stock. Looks just about bone stock. This is just a Carrera 3 Series. Now I couldn't figure out what this was right away. It's a Pantera. It's a De Tomaso Pantera. I'm used to seeing the ones from the early 70s, you know, the 351 Cleveland motor, but this one with the body kit, I didn't recognize it right away. You can see the De Tomaso badge right there on the hood. You definitely don't see many Panteras, especially later model Panteras like this one. I'm not exactly sure of the year. Or maybe it's just a body kit. It could be one from the early 70s and it's just been modified. Alright, we've got a Mercedes. Is this an SL with hammer wheels? Yeah, it looks like an SL. That beautiful engine in there. Chrome wheels. Later model wheels, I'd say, from Ford Taurus SHO. That's pretty rare, a pretty rare car. That had the Yamaha V6. Another NSX. Very tastefully done. Look at that interior. That's beautiful. Notice the four-leaf clover on the center of the wheels. Comment below if you know what kind of wheels those are. Toyota MR2, first generation, supercharged. I didn't realize they came supercharged, or is that something the guy added? I thought they were turbo. Bmw E36 Convertible. Looks like an M3, has the M3 wheels and the M3 mirrors. Volkswagen Cabriolet, a Rabbit Cabriolet. We've got a Volvo GLE. There we go. Radwood. All right. Pretty cool event. This was the Saturday, the first day of the Greenwich Concours last year. I had camera stabilization issues, so if you notice that the footage looks a little funky, it's because I had to do the stabilization in post, and it smoothed it out a little, but it zoomed in a bit, so. But hey, we're making it work here. Alright, look at this, the Cosworth Mercedes Evo. 190E, I believe it is. Now this is a rare car. This was really cool to see. Look at that wing, the big F40 style wing on the back. This is a cool car because, you know, your average person is going to think some like boy racer got a hold of it. 2.5, yeah, 190E 2.5. It's got the Euro tags. Yeah, so your average person is going to think that some kid got a hold of it and put on a wonky body kit. And they're not going to have any idea how valuable this car is. These are really rare and very valuable. Perfect offset from the factory. Cosworth. Beautiful early 90s. We've got another Benz with aftermarket BBS wheels, a wide body kit, spoiler, very 90s, early 90s body kit at that, I should say. There's the Evo again. And we've got Supras, my favorite model Supra right here, the MK4. Looks fantastic in black. Appears to be about bone stock. And an MK3 Supra, I believe. MK3 Supra? Or is that an MK2? And back to the MK4. This one has aftermarket wheels, aftermarket hood and spoiler, tinted windows. You can get one of these in good condition now for like under $100,000. If you can find one. Foxbody Mustang. Another car that was really popular back then and still has a huge following. This one looks like an 87. Judging by the wheels, 87, maybe 88. Can't tell if it's a stick shift or not. Next to that we have a Monte Carlo Ss. Never really a fan of these, but hey, to each their own, To each their own. And we got the Camaro Z28. Nice spec. I like third gens. A lot of people, this is another car that's a love or a hate car. I had a Trans Am in the 90s, third gen. And man, I either got a lot of love or a lot of hate. But these cars, I think they're aging really well. It looks fantastic. I like the gold wheels. I like the 15-inch wheels too. They're 15s with the fatter sidewall tires because you just don't see that anymore. It's like every car has a 20-inch wheel with a low profile with like a 40 series, 35 series tire. It was hard to find one of those in a manual transmission back then too. We've got a Volvo that I don't know much about here. And we've got another Porsche, and this is a 928, I believe. Yeah, 928, which came after the 944. I don't think I've ever seen a convertible 968, I'm sorry. It's tough to keep up with all the specs. Very clean set of BMWs here. It's got a nice aftermarket steering wheel, manual transmission. Looks like aftermarket gauges, or maybe later model gauges. 325 LX. E34 M5. Really cool car. I'd like to have one of these. Not the fastest car, but stuff from this era you don't buy really for the speed. You buy for the driving experience because you don't have all the driver aids. You're in touch with the car and you can feel the road. And there's still enough power without traction control to have fun. I think they're 300 350 horsepower or so, and you can push the car safely on the street and not have to worry about breaking the speed limit in just a couple of seconds. All right, 8 Series. Nice clean specs, silver on black. Flip up headlights, very rad. Very rad. Porsche 911, 993, and a 964 flat nose. Or is that a 930 flat nose? I'm sorry, 930 flat nose. Turbo at that. Nice looking roll cage. This thing is a race car. Look at that. Probably has an interesting history, something about it. It's probably been driven a lot on the track, you can tell. Has a little patina, which you might not be able to see. Here we go. This was a hot car. Beautiful. This was really clean, really clean. Black on black, 911 slant nose. Love these. Love the vents. Great looking car. Timeless classic. Very 80s, very rad. Fuke wheels. Whale tail spoiler. It's a convertible. It's a turbo, and I'm pretty sure they were all stick shift manual transmission.